The girl is packing the clothes. The wind is so strong today that my hair keeps blowing in the air. When the baby cried, Mr. Wu was cooking in the kitchen and did not hear it. I don't have any money with me because I lost my wallet this morning. You need not only good luck but also hard work to become a successful baseball player. The woman who lives next door to Ken is a stranger to him. They have never met and he doesn't even know her name. With the new bus line, it is much more convenient for Fanny to go to school. It saves her a lot of time now. Dad, have you brushed your teeth yet? Anne, no, but I will before I go to bed. Alice, do you know when Grandma is going to visit us? Willy, it's next week. She told me on the phone. And we'll take her to the national park. It took the police lots of time to find out who entered Liu's house and killed her 1 year ago. Many famous people visit this restaurant. Popular singers like Aimee and Jejo are often seen here with their friends. The factory has been throwing trash into the river for years. Now action must be taken to stop this. The beach party tonight marks the end of our summer vacation. Tomorrow we are all going back home and get ready for school. Anyone who reads Lauren's business plan will quickly see some serious problems in it, or at least feel something is not right. I've wanted to read the diary of a young girl for months, and today I finally borrowed the book from the library. Robert likes to take a walk in the park after work. One day when he was walking in the park, he heard a woman calling his name. He stopped to look around, but didn't see anything except a little snake. Shortly after Robert saw it, it was gone. Though Robert felt a little strange, he did not think about it too much and sat down for a rest on a bench in the park. Then he noticed the snake he had just seen climbing up the bench. Robert was too afraid to move away from the bench. Right at this moment, a woman behind him shouted, "Come here, Robert. You can't stay on the bench like that. People will be scared by you." In surprise, Robert turned around and said to the woman, "Excuse me, but that's not a very nice thing to say, and in fact some people say I'm handsome." "I'm not talking to you," said the woman. "I'm telling Robert, my pet snake, to get down from the bench, not you. If you cannot live without your car, Zurich might be the last city you would like to visit. In Zurich, people are welcome, but cars are not." Over the past 20 years, this city has used smart ways to make traffic lighter. One is to keep the same total number of parking spaces. For example, if 50 new parking spaces are built in one part of the city, then 50 old spaces in other parts are taken away for other uses. So the total number does not change. Some are unhappy that there are never enough spaces. That is just what the city has in mind. If people find parking more difficult, they will drive less. Also, the total number of cars in the city is counted. Over 3,500 little computers are put under Zurich roads to check the number of cars that enter the city. If the number is higher than the city can deal with, the traffic lights on the roads that enter the city will be kept red. So drivers who are traveling into Zurich have to stop and wait until there are fewer cars in the city. Now, you may wonder why Zurich is doing this. The answer is simple: the city wants to make more space for its people. What kind of place do you usually choose to stay for the night during a trip? Expensive hotels that may make you feel like you don't get what you pay for? Or cheap hostels that put you and 5 other strangers in the same bedroom? If both choices sound terrible to you, here's something new: holiday apartments. In a holiday apartment, you have more space than what a hotel room can give you. Everything in the apartment is at your disposal. The living room, the kitchen, the study, and, of course, the bedrooms are all for your own use. Some apartments even have a lovely garden or a game room. You'll feel at home in the holiday apartment. The best thing is a holiday apartment is not expensive. The price for a holiday apartment is for 2 people, and the apartment is often cheaper than a hotel room for 2. You only need to pay a little more for a 3rd or 4th person. If you travel with friends or your family, a holiday apartment will be your best choice. What is the reading mostly about? Why one should choose a holiday apartment? From the reading, what can we learn about holiday apartments? They are good for people who travel in a group of 3 or more. What does it mean to say that something is at your disposal? You are free to use it. The sky is turning bright and clear. The earth is wearing red and green. Winter is gone, spring has come. The air smells fresh and sweet. The summer heat is not yet here. A little fox comes out to play. A bird is busy in a tree waking a daisy from her sleep. Little daisy, little daisy. People call the flower the daisy. When she opens her eye, the springtime brings us cheer. Which season is this poem about? Spring. What is a daisy? A kind of flower. When we get wet, we need a towel to get ourselves dry. When a dog gets wet, all it needs is to shake its body. A study in 2010 showed that a wet dog can throw off half the water on its body by shaking for less than a second. In fact, this common act of dogs works better than a washing machine. The study found that animal shaking begins with the head and ends with the tail. During a shake, the animal's head, body, and skin all move. Smaller animals must shake faster than bigger animals to get water off. For example, in 1 second, a rat can shake 18 times, a dog 6 times, and a bear 4 times. Bigger animals can get their bodies dry with fewer shakes. For animals, shaking is not just about getting themselves dry. It is also about saving their lives. Being wet makes animals heavier, and that makes it harder to run. In the animal world, how fast an animal can run often decides whether it will live or not. Maybe that's why the wet dog shake has become a common habit of many animals. What does the reading say about shaking? Shaking themselves dry may help animals run faster in dangerous moments. What can we learn from the reading? Larger animals get themselves drier at each shake than smaller animals. Josh, do you know about pay it forward coffee at Flora Cafe? Eric, you mean you pay for a cup of coffee for someone poor to have it later? Josh, yeah. A cup of coffee is not much, but on cold winter days like today, it might warm them up a little, and maybe their hearts too. Eric, but will Flora Cafe really give this cup of coffee to someone later? Josh, come on. I've known the shopkeeper well. He's an honest man. He's got a blackboard in the shop that says how many cups are paid for and how many have been given out. Eric, but how will they know who to give? Anyone can ask for it, even if they're not poor. Josh, true, but then I guess they'll just have to believe in people. Eric, perhaps. But will poor people go and ask for a free coffee? Won't they worry about losing face? Josh, why do you always say things like that? Eric, well, it may happen. Josh, yeah, I know, but I still think it's a good thing to do, and it gets people to care about others. What does things like that mean? Problems about the free coffee plan. What can we learn about Josh and Eric? Josh was not able to change Eric's mind about free coffee. What do we know about Flora Cafe from the dialogue? Its blackboard shows if there are free coffees to be taken. Over the years, the number of whales has dropped sharply. From 1946 to 1986, about 340,000 whales were killed. People worry that children in the future can only see whales in pictures. They believe all kinds of whaling, whale hunting, should be stopped before it's too late. Some people are trying to stop whaling all over the world. But they fail to notice one fact. Whaling was going on for a long time before the number of whales went down and became a problem. Whaling started as early as 1,500 years ago. This was how tribes people fed their families. They hunted whales for meat because almost nothing could grow on their land. They also made whale fat into oil and used it to make candles or oil lamps. Over the years, whaling became their way of living, and even part of who they are. Tribe whaling is not the thing we should worry about. Of all the whales that were killed over the past 40 years, only 10% were hunted by tribes people. The other 90% died at the hands of the money-making whaling business. When we try to stop all kinds of whaling, we should think what we are asking tribes people to give up and whether this is the best answer to the problem of whaling. Which idea may the writer agree with? Tribes people's way of living is as important as animal lives. What can we learn from the reading? Whaling helped tribes people's lives in different ways. Guesses about Carolyn Cole have been flying around since last week, and now things have taken a new turn. Last week Carolyn Cole won the Inscriber Prize, the country's biggest book prize, with her book Paper Soldier. Cole herself did not show up for the prize. It was not only the first time in history that a first-time writer won the prize, but also the first time that the winner did not appear. Now here comes another first time for the inscriber. Cole is not real. She is in fact Thomas Good. Good is known for his picture books. His best-known book, Blue Moon, won him 2 National Book Prizes and sold over 1 million copies. Good had tried to write serious books before. His first try was Parent, which came out in 2006. Sadly, Good's big name did not help, and there was little interest in Parent. Good's friend told NBN that he wanted to write a book under a different name. Good thought that people might treat his book seriously if they did not know it was from a picture book writer. For the moment, there has been no word from Good yet. From the news story, which fact is seen as a new turn. Carolyn Cole is not the winner's real name. Which is most likely true about the Inscriber Prize? It is treated seriously by writers in the country. What can we learn about Thomas Good? He wants to be more than just a picture book writer. What do we know about Thomas Good's books? The sales of Parent were bad.